So let's start. Andrew will not be joining. He rejected today's meeting. Maybe be there with other things. I'll post the meeting record anyway. So let's look at the agenda. First, let's talk about the pending pull requests. The JSON schema one. Grok, do you have time reviewing the PR, the JSON schema?
No, haven't had the time yet, but we have a change to the config schema, right? That is proposed. Is that specifically the one that you're referring to, or just the schema in general?
Just the schema one. Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about things one by one. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so this is my action item. Yeah. I'm sorry, I am not done with that, but that's a very small thing that I should just get to. Um, yeah. Um, I don't really have an update on that.
Okay, please help to review it when you have time. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have a new field, right? The capabilities field and the config schema.
No, I believe the schema is still for the current main branch.
Right, but there's a PR for it.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so we can talk about the model capability per request. Then basically this aims to be in line with the Docker change that we both define the model's capability specifically. There will be input types and output types of the model, and also there will be a knowledge cutoff date that may be informative for in some cases, and also there will be a field to say if the model is a reasoning model or not, and also if the model can use external tools or not. So, when you guys have time, please help us review that one as well. We already
Yeah, I'm
got
okay.
okay.
Yeah, I'm uh, I'm okay with the PR. So me, uh, the, the general idea of the capabilities sounds good.
And then we can proceed. There are some needs comments from the Docker folks, from the Docker guy, and I'll try to read address it, and then we can proceed merging the PR, I believe. Um, the last one we can discuss more about it. I believe it's about the unknown file type, the unknown media type. So uh, I believe the type is to annotate for those files that we do not know for certain which category we can put it. So I read your comments and Zhaocheng's comments on the GitHub as well. So, um, Grok, do you have any recommendation how we can handle this case?
Yeah, I mean, I think my first issue is perhaps I'm not very clear on the use case because whether the use case is we don't know if this is a documentation or data set uh, or a code layer, or is it just this is
Uh,
a model layer and it's related to model, so we don't really have a way of saying that it's not a model weight, but it's something related to model.
yeah, yes, correct.
Like,
It is something related to model, and we are sure it is not weight, it's not documentation or code, whatever. It's just
yeah.
some random stuff that is being committed in the
So,
model repository.
so essentially, it's something that we need to pack and unpack all the time with the
Yes.
model weight. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so for that one, I suggested on the Slack something called a model cart, but we can come up with a better name if there is one, which clearly says, oh, this is part of a model, but then it also indicates that its purpose, like this needs to be part of the model. So for any tool that is just doing unpacking, packing, they can just say, oh, I'm going to just pack this with the model. And when you're unpacking, you don't really need to know the details of, oh, whether it's a um, binary file or a .dat file or bin file. You just know that it's part of the model. I just need to unpack it. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
lose that, the category. So if that works, I think if we can change the unknown layer to something like a model chart, I think that makes sense. Just to give an idea, we have been doing that with GitHub's project from one of the releases because we had this case as well. So there would be a model weight, and then parts of the model weight are parts of the model that are not essentially uh, model weights itself. So we introduced model parts for that purpose.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Zhaosen, what do you think?
Uh, I think maybe unknown is not a good name. Maybe, but model part uh, mm, is need a good name. In my personal opinion, maybe we can try to think a better name. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to that. I mean, the model part was the name I came up with, and I'm known to uh, generating great names in the industry. So,
Uh, so
but yeah,
how
I
about
mean,
other MISC or something like that?
yeah, but this there needs to be something that says model in there, right? It needs to be very clear that it is part of the model, like so that when I'm
Um,
doing unpacking, I don't want the tool to think about anything else.
mm, yes, but sometimes, for example, the dot need not the dot nemo file. It's not part of the model. I think it's part of the inference framework. I think
Yeah,
so. So it's so maybe it's not part of the model.
yeah, but is that something that needs to be uh, that is directly related to that model, or is it like a generic inference framework
Yeah.
thing? Like, is it something that you almost like a configuration that you deliver for that model, to that inference engine?
Yeah.
I don't think it's still related to the model if that's directly related to the model.
Yes, it's related to the model, but it's not model.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we can come up with a clever name that will indicate that it is like a, I don't know, model related instead of model part, I'm okay with that. Like if we can come up with a good name. But yeah, I get the, like now I understand the spirit of the PR. Uh, so we need to come up with a name that matches that.
Yes.
Hmm. I mean,
Yes, we can try to find a better name. Yes.
yeah, I mean, let's do that. We don't need to do it right now. I'm on an airport with Brad. So, the names I can come up with are going to
Ah,
be more. I'm not going to be that good right now, but we can take it offline and come up with a good name for it.
okay, it's okay.
Okay, but it's a model parts adjacent usage with a better name.
Uh,
Okay.
okay. You mean you mean we will we will generate a better name after the meeting, right?
Yeah, let's do that because
Okay.
at least I won't be able to come up with anything better than model parts right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can take it offline. I mean, just have it on the Slack or on the PR.
Okay. We can talk on the PR. Yeah.
Uh, Gorkan, uh, I believe since we already have a model in as part of the the media type, such as VND, thing, do thing, and do model, do whatever, but there is already a model
Yeah.
as part of the media type. So we do not really need to and make it model blah blah in the specific field to replace unknown, right?
You mean like because we use model.weights,
Yes, because we
right?
have model dot
Those
weights, we
weights
have
are
model maybe model dot parts, model dot misc, model dot
yeah,
other, whatever. But anyway, we
right.
have a model prefix already.
Yes, you're right. Like in model kits, we don't have model as a as dots. We have model and
Yeah,
model parts.
yeah,
So that's
SUKs,
why I
yeah.
suggested that. But yeah, yeah. But yes, you're right. In the model spec, it would be model dot part. So we're now looking other than something other than part, essentially.
Yes, I think we can discuss the name offline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, okay, let's take it offline then. So we've gone through all these three PRs, and let's look at the AIs from last meeting. And I believe, okay, the first one, broken, you need to change the document reference, the schema. Still waiting on the schema to be merged first, yeah, I believe so. And the angle is not online, so we can skip this one. Emily not yet either. And I believe the cryo one, Andrew took it last time, right, on Snack.
Yes, I think they agree that they have a meeting about with a member from KitOps. I think that they will try and validate the runtime, right? But after that, it seems no update from them.
Actually, Andy was traveling, he was here. Um, I don't think he was able to meet with Angel from Jojo, but that I, I have a feeling that that's going to happen next week, but or the week after. So, but Andy was traveling, so
Oh,
Yeah.
he was traveling, right? Okay.
yeah, he was in here in Boston for that summit.
Okay.
Okay. The Docker's implementation, we can pin Emily on Stack as well to see the progress on her document.
Yes, we can ping her in the Slack channel
Yeah.
about it.
So we've gone through all these. And also on our sandbox proposal is being voted at the moment.
Yes, there are still two pending voters, I think. The current status is that if the two remaining voters should both support this, otherwise it will be get rejected, I think.
Can you post the link? I have lost the link.
Oh, you mean the model pack link,
Yeah,
sandbox
model
link?
pack sandbox, yeah.
Sure.
I see. I have it open on my browser. I find it thinking.
王旭东, do you know the reason why they reject the model pack?
No reject. There are still two pending votes.
Oh, okay. I mean why the two of the voters reject the model pack?
no reason in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, now we got another against. I didn't see that.
I just pinned the link in the chat. But I think one of the or I'm confident one of the voters will be support this because she is in our Slack channel, but she is not
Okay,
voting. But the other one, I'm not familiar with her. I don't know much about her.
okay. So Karina actually explained it. Looks like they're kind of asking for this to be part of OCI.
Yes, actually, one of the against her, I think, she has some suggestions. If it is not passed, um, let me paste the comments from.
Yeah. He wants this to be part of the new tag.
Yes, new tag structure.
Yeah.
If finally it is not passed.
Okay.
Certainly,
And,
we
but
want to pass this time, right? We don't want to do that again.
but Chris's checks comment is important because I think that's the discussion contention point. whether this should be part of the OCI organization or OCSEF.
Yes, I think, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. The Canis Ziki has some positive
Yes,
comment.
Chris.
That's
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah, that's Chris.
Yeah.
Is the CTO of CNCF?
Well, only 5 people can pronounce his last name. So.
He seems to want to help us to pass the
Yeah.
add some
Yeah, I
comments.
mean, yeah, the OCI conversation came up before with Chris, and he believes that this is a fast-moving area where OCI would not be uh, reckoned, for us.
I think anyway we can wait for the two remaining
Yes.
voters.
Do you
Yeah,
know the deadline of the vote?
Usually 2 months.
Oh, that's a long time. Okay, we can wait.
Yes, maybe you can reach out the CTO to ask them the voters' opinions, or to ask them to vote it, right? But we can still wait it for a short time.
Yeah, well, if the vote doesn't go through, then we can look at the alternates. There's definitely a pull for this. So whether we do it in OCI or as part of the subgroup, sub-project, as Karina recommended, we can look at the alternates if the vote doesn't pass.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
think
can
both.
we can try that, but I believe it's just her opinion. There will be folks, there might be folks in the OCI organization think that this is too experimental, that we cannot enter
Right,
OCI as well. Yeah,
right, right.
that's
That's
my
why,
concern.
like,
Yeah,
we need to look at it that way, right? It's like, let's see if this fails, and if it fails, then we come up with a alternate plan or explain ourselves better to TOC and do another vote. But it's the end of this.
yeah, let's wait.
Yes, we can wait.
Yeah. So I believe we've covered all the dots in our meeting. So folks, do you have any more items to discuss? Oh, by the way, mm, the QuickCon Hong Kong, China one will be in 3 weeks, about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy is not attending. I'm not attending either, so.
Yeah, well, right now we have 4 folks in our panel. We may look for. We have still one slot that we can see if we can find more folks to join. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be, yeah, we need to, like, unfortunately, I don't know too many people who are attending there. I won't be able to help that much, but I'll ask around as well. But how many do we need? How many people do we need?
One. Right now we
One
have
more?
one free slot. Yes, one more.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's ask around and get some maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. we can
Yeah.
it's a meeting and we give back half an hour to everyone and let's have let's wait and see how the sandbox things goes. Yeah. So
Yep.
thank you everyone and have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Stay flat, Burkan and Brad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.